Welcome to an episode of the EmpowerYou Financial Podcast. I am your host, Eva Palacios. And yes, your girl is doing her podcast all by herself because you know I'm all about growth and it's about time I get outside of my comfort zone and do this all by myself. So here we go. I'm super excited. I know, guys, last week you saw that I was traveling in Italy and I was having an amazing time with my sister, and I promised that I was going to give you the game as far as how to earn a first class flight for free using points. But before I do that, I just want to actually say, let's go podcast. Let's go listeners, because we just hit 30,000 downloads. So let's go. First and foremost, thank you to all of the listeners, all of the subscribers. Do me a favor, guys. Keep sharing this information. Share it on your social media platforms. Share it with your friends, your families, and let's continue to empower all of our circles, all of our networks with financial literacy and credit education. So, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the trip. So, first and foremost, yes, I took a trip with my sister to Italy, and I have to say it was an amazing time. Last year, we took a trip to Europe. This year, it was to Italy, and she planned the whole thing. Shout out to Rosemary for planning it all out. I am not the planner, guys. I will attend, and I will definitely make sure we're having fun and make sure we have a great experience. But when it comes to planning, like, that is not my superpower. And that's okay, because that's why we surround ourselves with people who have superpowers that we don't, so that we can collab together and make things happen. So I want to first start off and talk about the experience overall, because you guys know that I'm all about experience and making sure that we're living life to the fullest, right? I mean, we work hard, you know, many of us wear different hats as parents, as spouses, as worker bees. So when it comes time to taking a vacation, we want to be able not only to have fun, but to make sure that it's not a financial burden, making sure that we're not having to slave over time to make up all of the spending that we just did. So for those of you who are new to my channel, new to the podcast, you know, I'm always talking about credit card rewards, how to earn free flights, how to earn free hotels. And for the past 5 years, me and my family have not paid for a single airline ticket. Every time we travel, we try to do it dirt cheap, but still have a good experience. And that's key, guys, because yes, while we can do things to save money, the question is what level of experience will we have? So let's take it from the top. So my sister and I flew out of SFO. We flew Turkish Airlines. We left San Francisco, flew into Istanbul, where we stayed overnight to then fly into, where did we fly into? We flew into Catania? I don't even know how to pronounce it, but we flew into Italy, and going there, we went economy, like regular seats, which I thought to myself, no big deal, right? But really what it was, guys, is when she first talked to me about this trip, she was like, okay, Eva, like, how do we want to fly? Do we want to go first class or do we want to just go regular people? And I'm like, well, how much is first class, sister? It's $4,000 round trip. I'm like, $4,000 round trip? I'm like, nope, we're just going to have to fly economy on this one. Your girl ain't got $4,000 round trip. Now, I wasn't ready to redeem my points because I'm actually saving my points for another special trip. I'll talk to that another time. But I was like, no, sis, like, let's just go regular. So we flew economy, 13 hours. 13 hours. I did not sleep. I couldn't get comfortable. I watched about 4 movies. I thought I would work. We didn't even have free Wi-Fi. It was so uncomfortable. And all I can think about was, I should have upgraded to first class. But you don't know what you don't know, right? And that's what I want to talk about today, guys, is while many of us are looking for savings or shortcuts or it's no big deal, this is how we've always lived, let's continue to do so. While we don't know what we don't know, we're never going to be able to have those experiences. So I say all of that because fast forward, we finally get into Italy. And because of the jet lag and because of the uncomfortable 13-hour flight, we literally lost 2 days of our trip. Now, granted, the trip was a 9-day trip, but because of exhaustion and jet lag and just, body aches and all of that, like the first 2 days in Italy, we were in the bed, just recovering. So then I thought to myself, okay, Eva, wait a minute. While $4,000 sounds expensive, losing 2 days of travel in an international, in a foreign country where we could be having all kinds of other experiences, we completely missed out. So you have to ask yourself the cost of money and what is it worth to you? In our situation, in my situation, it was worth time. It was worth my headaches. It was worth my body aches. It was worth a lot more than the price tag. So, fast forward, we're enjoying our trip. Now it's time to come back home. And sis is like, do we want to upgrade for first class? And I'm like, okay, sis, how much is it going to cost us? So she calls in and it's going to cost $1,200. And I thought to myself, okay, hold on. We spent $1,200 round trip already, but going was economy. So we would have to add another $1,200 coming back. So let's talk about that. $1,200, I'm like, refresh my memory. If I'm coming back home, I want to be sure I'm going to come back home and not have the same experience coming back home as we had going to Italy. So I'm like, you know what, sis? Pull the trigger. Let's go. Let's just upgrade. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. We already told ourselves we were never going to fly ever again, economy, international, anything plus 10 plus hours, we're definitely not going to do in economy. So we did it. And what did the $1,200 get us? Okay, first and foremost, guys, if you guys were following me on my Instagram stories, you probably saw all kinds of cool stuff. So let me break down what the $1,200 upgrade experience consisted of. So we leave Italy. We fly from Italy back to Istanbul and we stay the night. Now that flight was the upgraded flight as well. So we got upgraded to, in this case, business class. And your girl is new to all of this. I'm thinking everything's first class. No, I don't know what the levels are, but Turkish Airlines, their top level in this plane was business class, which I didn't care because all I knew was I didn't want the economy. And I didn't even know what the difference was between first class and business class. All I knew was the seats laid down. When I researched, said I can sleep on the plane comfortably. That's all I cared about. So leaving from Italy back into Istanbul, Turkey, that was upgraded to business class, aka first class. Now, when we leave the hotel and we arrive to the airport, we're greeted with a quote, quote, VIP service, meaning a gentleman came to open our door and addressed me as Mrs. Palacios, and he grabs our bags, and he walks us through the airport. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the world? This. I like this. So we get to the airport. Because we had upgraded to business class, we automatically got to take advantage of the Turkish Airlines business lounge. Now, I don't know if this is the same as what I always talk about, the American Express Platinum, and you having access to the Centurion lounges, or with the Platinum, you get access to other lounges in other airports by using the Priority Pass. I don't know if that had anything, like if the Turkish Airlines business lounge, if I could access that. But all I knew is because we upgraded our seats, we had access to that lounge. And that lounge, phenomenal. It was big. It was so big. And I just thought to myself, I'm looking around. And the first thing that I do, guys, is when I go into places like this, I look to see who looks like me, right? Like, who's really in these lounges? Like, is it just famous, rich, superstar people? Or are they just regular people like you and I? And when I looked around, they're regular people like you and I, guys. There is no reason to doubt, to be intimidated, or to think you can't get into these places. You just got to figure out how to. So, get into the lounge, had a bunch of snacks, had food, beverages, all free Wi-Fi, like all of it. So, we stayed the night in Istanbul, and then the next day, we flew from Istanbul to San Francisco. So, now we're at a different airport. And because we upgraded to the business class, we got access to that lounge as well. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so far, worth it. Like, completely worth it. Now, I don't know if any of you have been in the airport in Istanbul, but that thing, well, first of all, our VIP guy was like, we are the third largest airport in the world. And I'm just like, what? Sure enough, guys, if you saw my social media, he took us through secure. Oh, that was another thing, guys. Because we updated, he took us, like, we got skip in front of everybody ahead in the line. Like, he took us past, like, through security super fast. We passed everybody in the line. Then because because of the service, but this airport is really, really big. He put us on a little cart. Like, I don't know if you've seen in the airports that sometimes, you have the carts and they're like driving people around. I just thought, okay, maybe they need help. Maybe they're tired, they're older. Heck no, that is VIP service, guys. He put us on the little cart and we zoomed through the airport crazy fast. From the lounge to the gate on the little carrito was like 5 minutes. If we would have walked it, it would have been at least a 25-minute walk, guys. Like, that's how crazy. And then not to mention, like, if you've never been at that airport, you can get lost. And then just imagine, guys, I want you to just close your eyes and envision being in a foreign country, not being able to read the language, in an airport, trying to find your gate, making sure you don't miss your flight. Like, think of all of the stress and the anxiety and all of those emotions going through your body. Because we upgraded our seat to business class, we didn't have to worry about that level of experience. Okay, so now we get to the plane. Guys, I felt like I was a kid in a candy store. First of all, I recorded everything. I threw it on my reel. Go check out Instagram. There's a reel. And, what I loved about putting the reel on there is first of all, shout out to all those who have commented and DM'd and really just told me how much of an inspiration I am because they didn't think this was possible. Guys, we got to get out of our head. We got to stop telling ourselves stories that we aren't worthy, that we don't deserve, that we can't, that it's only for the rich, it's only for the wealthy. No, guys, you just got to get with the people who know, who've been there, done that, who know, and just do what they do. So, Steve Harvey, he says, upgrade to first class. Get that level of experience. Because once you get a taste of that level of experience, you're going to make sure you figure it out and you're going to make this a new norm. you're going to now raise the bar, not only for you, your spouses, your significant other, your children. It is, for me, I strongly believe I am walking in purpose and taking everything that I am learning and giving it out to the world so that you guys can be able to do the same things. Okay, I get on a plane and I sit down. And as soon as I sit down, first of all, the stewardesses in business class, like they fly, like they look amazing. They are so excited to be there. They are serving you like always right there. So I sit down and sure enough, she greets me, Mrs. Palacios, here is your welcome drink. Well, first of all, she brings a tray. And the tray had like rows of different drinks. So it was in the morning, so I chose OJ, drank some orange juice, and then she comes back with a plate with a rolled up hot towel on it. So you get the hot towel, you wash your hands, you can wash your face, whatever. It smelled so good. It smelled so lemony, fresh, clean. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of liking this level of treatment. So sure enough, your girl sits down in the seats and we start playing with all the buttons. I am like, what does this little compartment? Oh my God. I felt like I was in my own little cocoon, guys. It was so dope. So I get in and I'm playing with everything. Okay, first and foremost, you know how on airplanes, you have the shutter for the window, right? Sometimes you gotta pull it down and it's so hard, or pull it up and you don't want to make all this noise and have it slip and have it slam. There was no shutters, guys. There was a button that you press and it tints the window like futuristic tint. I'm like, no way. So that's that. Then you have your TV screen, which, man, a big TV screen. And you could, what is it called? You could stream from your phone. If you had videos or whatever on your phone, you can cast it to the TV screen in front of you if you wanted to. Not to mention free Wi-Fi. So I was on there talking to some of my lions, telling them about the experience, sending pictures, sending videos. It was so dope. So I'm sitting there and the plane is still loading. And then the stewardess comes and she gives us menus. We're talking full-blown menus, guys. Like for breakfast, here's what you're going to eat. For dinner, you can choose. I chose the lamb chops. Whenever there's lamb chops on a menu, I get the lamb chops. So I chose the lamb chops. Then desserts. Then snacks. Then drinks. All kinds of wines. I'm not really a big old wine drinker. Like sometimes I drink the wine, but did not do the wine. I did water. I did some juices. Actually, they had a lemonade mint type drink. So I figured, let's stay healthy and let's remain, good on a flight. Man, I have never been so full of food on the flight. I actually had to turn on my do not disturb button so that they stopped bringing me food. I was like, I don't know, guys. I don't know, but if you've ever been on flights where you're like, okay, we are an hour into our flight, where are the drinks? Like, I'm thirsty. Like, can I get some peanuts? And then you know how sometimes, do me a favor, comment below if you've ever been in a flight to where you wanted more than just a cup, right? They serve you a cup, and then when you ask for the can, they give you that funky face or that ugly look. Not in business class. They keep filling your cup. Like as soon as it comes down, they bring you another one. As soon as you finish it, they bring you another one. Sometimes they bring you multiples. I'm just like, man, guys, this is a whole nother world. So I threw on the do not disturb because I'm like, I can't eat no more. Like I'm just too full. So I watched some movies and then I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. Let me go ahead and recline this seat. First and foremost, the seat literally lays down, guys. Oh no, hold on. Let me rewind. I got up to use the restroom, and when I came back, they had made my bed. They put down a sheet. They gave you a pillow. There was a blanket. I am like, what in the world? I have been missing out my entire life. So lay down and I sleep on my belly. So I'm like, let me see how comfortable this is. And sure enough, turned around, slept on my belly. I slept for 5 hours, guys. Put it this way, when I woke up, there was 2.5 hours left of our flight. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. There's no way. There is no way I slept 5 hours. I slept so good that it didn't even feel like 5 hours, guys. It didn't even feel like I was on a plane. I thought to myself, this was by far the best, one of the best investments that I've made in my life. And I thought to myself, we got to figure this out. We got to figure out how to always do business class or first class type experiences, because when I got home, I was so refreshed. Yes, I did have a little bit of jet lag, but it wasn't no way in comparison to the jet lag that we had going into Italy, and we lost 2 days. Man, amazing. It was simply amazing. And I thought to myself, okay, we're going to figure this out. So do me a favor, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, let's take some notes, and let me give you the game as far as how to fly first class for free using points, credit card rewards. You guys know in my coaching program, I'm teaching people not only how to manage finances, not only how to build credit strategically, but how to build credit using credit cards that pay you rewards so that you can be able to fund your lifestyle and have experiences like this that you wouldn't want to spend your own hard-earned working money for. But I will say, I don't mind spending my hard-earned working money for this level of experience. But let's give you the game on how to get it for free, okay? First and foremost, one of the cards that you can get, one of my favorites, is the American Express Platinum card. American Express Personal Platinum Credit Card. Certain links, and this is key, guys, because sometimes when you Google American Express Platinum, it's going to give you an upfront bonus of 100,000 points. But do me a favor, guys. DM me, because anybody who has a referral link like myself, when you click my link, it's going to reward you 150,000 points. Now, in order to get the 150,000 points, you would need to spend $6,000 in 6 months. So that's basically $1,000 a month. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go out there and just spend $6,000 on anything. What I am saying is, instead of using your debit card, instead of having bills automatically come out of your checkings or savings account, you're going to put all of your monthly expenses on the Platinum card until you have spent $6,000. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, I don't even think I have $6,000 worth of expenses. Let's add it up, guys. How much do you pay for your utilities, your gas, your groceries, your cable bill, your cell phone, your car insurance, your landscaper, your pool guy, whatever? Add up all of those monthly expenses, and will you be able to charge $6,000 in 6 months? And if the answer is yes, then get the Platinum. Now, for those that are like, but Eva, the Platinum, that's a $695 annual fee. Guys, $695 annual fee is nothing in compared to what you get in exchange. I just told you they're going to pay you 150,000 points. That is equivalent to $1,500, guys. Now, you can use that $1,500 to pay your annual fee. No, we don't want to do that. They give you other things to compensate that fee, like every single month, they will drop $15 in Uber credits. So now you have Uber credits that in essence is a reimbursement. Not to mention, if you have not purchased your TSA Global Entry, or Clear, which is your fast pass through the airport. If you're going to be traveling internationally, you're going to need Global Entry, guys. Global Entry is $100. TSA is $85. Clear is $189. If you sign up for those services and you use your Platinum card to pay for those services, they will reimburse you. Hence, you're saving money. Okay, so you get the Amex Platinum, you trigger the bonus. That's 150,000 points. Now, you want to make sure you refer your card out to other people. What does this mean? There's a lot of banks, a lot of specific credit card companies such as American Express, that when you use your link and you send it to somebody else and they click your link and they get approved for the Platinum, you get rewarded. Right now, American Express Platinum is giving out a special referral incentive. What this means is you can refer, and if somebody is approved off of your link, they're going to pay you 30,000 points, up to 100,000 points a year. So if you refer your link 3.5 times, you will earn another 100,000 points. Guys, that's 250,000 points, equivalent to $2,500 cash. But I never recommend redeeming it for cash because those points converted to cash is dollar for dollar. But what you can do, guys, is you can redeem those points for flights. You can redeem those points for flights. You just got to figure out where do you want to go for free. And now we start redeeming those points with certain airlines to get your flight absolutely free. So that's one example. American Express Platinum, you do what I just told you to do. That's 250,000 points. That will definitely get you your first class round trip ticket and probably even extra. Just depends on where you want to go and the time of year. Now, option number 2, the Chase Bonvoy Boundless card. Again, personal credit. The Chase Bonvoy Boundless card. This is a $95 annual fee. No big deal, guys, because look at what you're going to get. You, again, message me for the links, guys. I'm giving you the game. First of all, hold on. I'm giving you free game. So the very least you can do to help me out, to repay me for these golden nuggets, is ask for my link so we both can get rewarded, guys. Full circle. I'm helping you. You help me out. Okay. So I'm going to give you the link. That link is worth 150,000 points. All you got to do is spend $3,000 in 3 months. Now, this is the cool part, guys. When you refer that Chase Bonvoy Boundless link, each referral is worth 40,000 points, up to 200,000 points a year, guys. The total you can get off of that card is 350,000 points. Again, this is the Chase Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card. Now, for those of you that are like, I don't like Marriott, Eva. Okay. If you were following me on social media, when we came back home, we stayed a night in Istanbul. We stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. Ritz-Carlton is a part of Marriott. All I have to say is, let me rewind. While in Italy, we stayed at the Four Seasons because my sister works for Four Seasons, so we got a hookup. But the Ritz-Carlton was paid for with points. That night was worth $314 or 30,000 points. Absolutely free. Ritz-Carlton. That was the first time in my life that I've ever stayed at a Ritz-Carlton, guys. Four Seasons, no problem, only because I won some trips with some other companies that I was a part of. But I thought to myself, okay, wait a minute. Like, I wouldn't spend $300 a night at Ritz-Carlton. But because I had points, I'm like, let's have the experience. So don't be throwing shade on Marriott because they have some really, really nice hotels. The JW, for those of you who like Palm Springs, the JW in Palm Springs, super fancy and nice. But anyways, that card, guys, is 350,000 points. So let's pretend you get the American Express Platinum. You use those 250,000 points and get your round trip ticket first class to wherever you like. And then you use the Chase Marriott Bonvoy to pay for the hotel. Now, I've researched, and I've researched my favorite places that I want to go to that are still on my bucket list. Paris, Maldives, Dubai, Greece. I think it was the second week of December. 1 week, 6 nights, 7 days in those 4 locations, because those are the places I want to go. 1 week was worth 150,000 points. You're getting 350,000 points if you do what I just told you to do, guys. Guys, it's not hard. You just got to know the game. Now, let's take it a step further. For all of those entrepreneurs who are building their businesses, you can do the American Express Business Marriott Bonvoy. That's what I have. The American Express Business Marriott Bonvoy, that one, special link, will pay you 125,000 points. You just got to spend $5,000 in 3 months. It's business credit, so the spend is a lot more and a shorter window of time to make it happen. But if you've got a business, that should be no problem. So it's 125,000 upfront points. Each referral is worth 20,000 points, up to 100,000 points per year. So that card would give you 250,000 points, guys. So just imagine if you had all 3 cards and you were saving your points and you did exactly what I just told you to do. That is 250,000 points plus 350,000 points. That's 600,000 points plus another 225. Guys, you are, I don't know how many vacations you can take out of that. I don't know how many first class experiences you can take. But that right there, guys, that's just 3 credit cards doing it strategically with intention. I will say this. If you want to know how to get those cards, making sure that you're getting approved for them, making sure that you're triggering your bonuses, making sure that you are even in position to qualify, you need to set up a consultation with me. Because all of this sounds amazing, but you need to have certain credit scores in order to qualify for these accounts. Not only do you have to have certain credit scores, your credit portfolio needs to be built in a certain way. It needs to look a certain way in order to get these accounts. I know those ways because I've been in the industry for over 25 plus years, teaching people how to do this. Which is why I'm able to do it, which is why I'm able to teach you guys how to do it. So just those 3 cards, guys, over 850,000 points. You're practically close to 1 million, guys. So hopefully I've added some value to you. Not even hopefully, guys, come on. Book your consultation with me. Let's help you live life on your own terms so that you can be able to have these experiences. And not just for you, but to share them with your spouse, your significant other, your children, your family. As a matter of fact, okay, I'm gonna drop a little secret, a little tidbit. We're revamping the Lions program. And as a part of the new Lions membership, we're going to plan a free first class experience because I'm going to hand hold and walk my mentees through exactly what I just told you, but most importantly, so that we can be able to experience this together. Because that right there, guys, I don't know about you. You can have fun doing all this by yourself. If you love to travel by yourself, salute to those solo travelers. I like to travel with the pack. I like to travel with my Lions. I like to travel with people that have committed, that have done the work, and that we can all kick back together and just receive these blessings, receive and experience the fruit of our labor. But most importantly, be surrounded by others who have the mindset, who are walking in their purpose to build their businesses, to level up their financial situation, to work towards financial freedom. I don't know about you, but it is way cool when you get to hang out with people who inspire you, motivate you, and help you check off things that are on your vision board. All right, guys, with that being said, I will see you on the next podcast. Bye, guys.
Take a look at what you see, what I become. It ain't hard to tell. Young legend, I'm an icon.